Cheers. American legend. Things that might make you a racist, but you don't know that you are. Lesson number one. If you have to constantly mention how many black friends you have, that's kind of a problem. Like, oh, I have a cousin who married a black man. Yeah, we're not racist at all, right? Or what's my other favorite one? That people will always use. Besides the fact that they have black friends. Oh, having to constantly mention differences between black people and other races. Or I'll get people who think it's funny to constantly make a black joke, and I'm not even making them, and it's not really funny, but you're making them anyways. Um, just simple things like that. The fact that you constantly see a difference in someone, and yes, there are typically generalized differences, certain things, like my skin's brown, your skin's not. That's really about the only difference. To be honest with you, we can make fun of things, but it gets down to racism, and racism is really on not just on the white side, but it's on the black side as well. We can talk about that as well. But the fact that I'm putting this video on YouTube, I guarantee you I'm going to get a lot of hate mail. I'm going to get called the N-word quite a bit because no matter what video I post on here, I get people who will call me the N-word. It could be a gun tutorial. It could be a martial arts tutorial. It could be a how to build a shed, and I'll get called the N-word. So that's an issue. And the fact that it's 2016, but yet this word is constantly being used like it's okay. Also, white people who think that since they hang out with black people, it's okay to use the N-word. Me being a black male, I don't even use the N-word. And if I did, it's still wrong. But that word was used by white people to break down the soul of black slaves and of black people all the way up until now. And the fact that you think that it's okay because you're putting an A on the end of it instead of an ER just means that you can't pronounce the word correctly. So I've had plenty of white people, oh, what's up, my N? What's up? Who are you talking to? That's a great way for me to overreact, and that's just all there is to it. Another big thing that kind of irritates me, maybe I'm going off topic here, but, you know, a lot of white people, especially white people who like to use the internet, get on all these blogs, and Sean Hannity and everyone else want to talk about how violent black people are in Chicago and New Orleans and Detroit and all these other predominantly black places, or at least certain areas that are. When I think if we're going to be fair and talk about gang violence and black violence, let's get down with all the statistics on crimes that white people have done. Let's go back into the era of the Vikings, when you would have people who would get on boats, go across, the world or however far they wanted to go, and rape and pillage and just kill everyone in the land, and then make sure they're back in the boat on Sunday so they can be back at work on Monday. Let's talk about the people who then got on boats and flew all the way, I'm sorry, flew, excuse me, wow, and, sailed all the way across to Africa to kidnap people so they could have free labor. Wow. So people died on these voyages so they could get over there. And you're going to tell me that that was an educated thing to do. Let's see here. Then let's go down to, I don't know, maybe some people, you guys remember this, the KKK. Guys who would, take their sheets and, cut them open and, make little funny, cone-looking head things and, have bonfires and, lynch people. Pull them out of their house and kill people. Eviscerate pregnant women, rape black women, the whole 9 yards. Let's go to the Black Wall Street. And I'll let you guys Google that. But it was a black community in Oklahoma that ended up getting Molotov cocktail firebombed by airplanes. People came in with guns and killed everyone and burned the place to the ground because it was a black-run city. And just jealousy just went rampant with that. They don't teach that in the books at all. But yet you get so many people who want to focus on, these crimes by black people, when honestly, if it's a crime and it actually happened, I have no problem with you talking about it because it's real and it's wrong no matter who does it. At the same time, though, don't act like black people and Hispanic people are the only ones who are committing crimes, when for one, black people are only 12% of the American population. All right? So, unless every single black person is a criminal, then you got some kind of issue. That means that there's a lot of white people, if that's the case, committing crimes. But we're not talking about that. Let's talk about Columbine. Let's talk about Paducah, Kentucky. Let's talk about all these active shooters that have happened lately. The majority of them, by FBI statistics, are white males. So if we're going to constantly ask, why are black males so violent? Why are black males so angry? Why are black males this? Why are black males that? Why are we not asking, why are white males so angry? How come white males like to shoot everything that moves, do murder-suicide? You know what? If we're going to be honest and we're going to be, just, again, honest about this, we're going to mention these kind of things. And you guys can comment and hate all you want to and say, oh, you're being racist, when, you know what? I have plenty of white friends. So I'm not racist at all. How can I be racist? Right? Go figure. So if we're going to take that same mindset, guys, when, I don't know, I have so many in-laws who are white, so, and I grew up in a predominantly diversified area. The military is diversified. It's mostly, white guys in the military. And I have more friends who are white than I do who are black or Hispanic or whatever, because we get along better because we're into the same stuff. So those kind of things have nothing to do with it. What irks me is when, you get someone, oh no, I have black friends, but they have to constantly mention that you're black. They have to constantly try to show differences in the two. And that to me is not showing that we're friends because of what we're interested in. All right? It simply doesn't. If we're going to get to facts and different things like that, if you have to constantly use the N word, you're a racist. If you have to constantly point out differences that in your mind try to show how you're superior on any level at all, whether you're black or you're white or you're purple or you're polka dotted or you're striped or whatever you are, you're a racist. I meet plenty of black people every single day who are racist, and I don't like them at all. And I meet white people every day who are racist, and I don't like them at all. The fact that less than a week ago, I got stopped by a civilian because he said he didn't recognize me and I need to get out of his neighborhood, and he tried to block me in to the driveway that I was in. We're dealing with really racist people who think that it's okay because it's constantly put into play and no one says anything about it. I'm not a Jesse Jackson supporter. I'm not an Obama supporter, okay? I am that black Republican that your mom warned you about. And to be honest with you, I do not want to deal with stupidity anymore when it comes to racism. And the fact that when I go out tomorrow, I'm going to be judged based on the color of my skin instead of the content of my character, that ticks me off. And if I want to judge someone else and say, oh, that guy's white, oh, he's racist, then I'm wrong. And that's why I don't do that. You have an equal opportunity to show me that you are cool. And if you're not, then you're not. All right, I have a cousin who's racist as can be. All right, and that it bothers me. The fact that a man that my mom dated for after my father died, dated for 8 years. The guy's like a dad to me, and he happens to be white. All right, and my cousin thought that my mom was, downgrading because he was white. Wouldn't even talk to him. That kind of racism pisses me off. It truly does. Step up your game. Realize that we are people, and as Americans especially, we need to have each other's back. This whole, you're separate this, you're separate that. Yeah, culturally we might have some differences, but you know what? There are plenty of people who cross over cultural backgrounds, cross over cultural differences, and that's great. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your life, personify your life, perfect your life. And if you stay in a box constantly, you stay in the same box over and over and over again, you are not going to grow at all. This is not a Dunkin' Donuts commercial. I just, that's what I drink. But you are not growing at all. That is not what this country needs. And if you feel that way, I recommend that you buy a very small island. Okay? Name it Life, so that you'll have one. Because I'm tired of stupidity running rampant and people thinking that it is okay to call someone a racial term, whether it is, cracker, honky, nigger, whatever it is. All these words are wrong and you are freaking stupid. Okay? If you think so. Go ahead, comment, like, subscribe, dislike, whatever it is you want to do. Leave your racist comments below. Feel free. I will reply to the majority of them unless you're just too ignorant, then you're not worth my time of dignifying your question or comment with a response. So, American Legend, over and out. Enjoy. Cheers.